I finally have time to get our 50th anniversary Goldwing out that we call Pearl. Got her cleaned up and ready to ride when I get back from the power tour with the Falcon.
Well, I've done nothing but work on Project Recreate my first car, the 64 Falcon build. So I thought today, we've been out doing some yard work and honey-do list stuff, so I got the Hondas out today for the first time all year long. So if you went back and looked at some of my other earlier videos, this is one of our first ones. This is our 1999 Honda GL 50th anniversary Goldwing. My uncle bought this motorcycle brand new, and it hadn't seen the light of day since 2000. And then I got it last year, and it had 8,000 and something miles on it, I think is what I had on it originally. I'd have to go back and look. And now we've got 23,119 miles that we've put on this thing, and we've just had a blast with it. So, time to get this old girl cleaned up. We call her Pearl. And get it cleaned up to enjoy the rest of the summer when we get back. And believe it or not, after setting all that time, I got all kinds of grief that, oh, it wouldn't be worth it. We'd have this trouble, that trouble, blah, 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 all that stuff like that. But this thing had been in the climate control garage for all those years. My uncle did crank it up occasionally on it. And when I got it, we took it apart, changed all the fluids in it, brake fluids, all that in it. I put a new set of Dunlop tires on it and a fresh battery on it, and we've been driving it ever since. No issue whatever. And and plan on enjoying it some more this summer. So let's get her cleaned up. And I forgot to say this, the only scratch on the whole motorcycle is this little scratch right here. And the only reason that scratch is on there is that in his last days, and they had the keys, I had to take the keys and all that kind of stuff like that. It's really sad because he's always really independent. And didn't think nothing about taking the motorcycle keys. So he decided one day while I wasn't over there that he was going to go to town. He was going to show me he could go to town. So he got out there and got the motorcycle, believe it or not, cranked up. It was up on the double stand. I don't see how he got it off there because this thing's heavy. He's 80-something years old and feeble as all get out. And would you believe my old Uncle David? He got that thing down off the dang double kickstand and was headed out of the garage and lost it and turned it over. Luckily, the next door neighbor that helped me watch after him at that time seen him up there and went running up there, scared him to death. And so that was the last vehicle he rode was this thing when he got it off the stand and turned it over. I'm just glad he didn't hurt himself. So that's actually the only, not only scratch, but little blemish on the whole thing. It's crazy. But I guess if you never get it outside, why wouldn't it be? I really hate that I'm having to even do this because, believe it or not, there's a lot of believe it or not to this motorcycle. Believe it or not. And is that this is probably maybe the fourth time or so that this bike has ever been wet. When we took it apart and checked all the carburetors and did all that stuff and all, when we first got it out, when we took it, the seat and everything off of it, it had this very, very little dust under the seat, but none of the dust was ever like where the water had run down on it, like you know it's running underneath all these cracks and stuff on it. And I didn't think he had, so my uncle had never even washed this bike. That's how crazy picky they were about everything. They were like fanatics over every single thing that they owned. And he had only ever come back in. They was detailing stuff everywhere in the garage where this bike was at. And I guess when they come back, what little bit time they got to ride it that year, before he got down, he had just brung it back in there and wiped it off, I guess, with the rag and everything, because it had absolutely never been wet. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. My buddy that helped me out, which is Steve, when we took all that stuff apart, just absolutely couldn't believe it, that it didn't look like it had ever even been wet. Because nobody believes it when they see this thing, because of the shape and everything that it is. So I'm very tickled and grateful. We love it. So my wife's really comfortable back there. Yeah, it's a big old papaw bike, but that's all right. I'm a big old fat papaw anyway. So it's smooth as silk. And so get this thing cleaned up. Me and Mimi will be ready to do some riding. So let's get it all cleaned off. That just kills me that I've had to wash it. But that's part of it. Well, all cleaned up and ready to ride. And also, lastly on this thing, there's a little bit of discrepancy on this bike. When I posted a year or so ago when we first got it, I guess last year when I first got it, it is a 50th anniversary, which is 1948 to 1998, which is, I guess, how long Honda motorcycles have been in the United States. I got blew all up about it wasn't the 50th because it's not about the Goldwing, it's about how long it's been over here. Now, as I said before, it's titled as a 99, so I'm assuming it was probably a very late 98 is the reason why all this is on here. And no, none of the badges has been changed. This bike hasn't been touched. And so that was just how it's just kind of odd, how some of them come out like that. But anyway, that's what it was. Every badge is on it like it's supposed to. And really the kind of odd thing about it too is it says GL on part of it and SE on part of it. So I really don't understand that part about it either. But anyhow, I know that this is how the bike came. It came this way from Honda. Like I said, it's always been in that garage. And but anyway, there's a little look at our Goldwing, get her cleaned up. And next video about her, we'll be riding her down the road. Now let's get little one cleaned up after lunch though.
Get on your side of the road, dude. It's unbelievable how smooth this big old 6-cylinder is. 1,500. I mean, that's bigger than some cars has got it. Absolutely love this big old bike. Thanks for taking a ride with me. I appreciate you watching our videos.